this is exactly the same what happened in World War II, trying to brainwash older people with a sickening ideology.
Well, now that you've blocked 2 of my accounts to try and escape accountability for the hateful and ignorance that you have spread, I figured it's time that we all have a little history lesson, more in depth this time. By the way, I thought that you said
Freedom of speech applies to everybody.
funny. Funny that. As a Jewish trans woman, I would like to inform you it takes a lot of audacity to compare trans people to Nazis. This is Magnus Hirschfeld, a gay Jewish man born in Poland but who lived and worked in Berlin. He had degrees in medicine, philosophy, and philology, which is essentially historical linguistics. In 1896, a soldier on the eve of his wedding showed up to Hirschfeld's clinic to confess that he was gay. Shortly after, he killed himself. But he did leave a note for Hirschfeld. The thought that you could contribute to a future where the German fatherland will think of us in more just terms sweetens the hour of my death. From then on, it became Hirschfeld's sole life mission to further the rights and create more understanding for people who fell outside of the societal expectations of sexuality and gender. He coined the term transsexual, which would eventually become what we more commonly call transgender. He was one of the first people to understand that being gay or being trans was innate and not a choice. He and his clinic performed the first gender-affirming surgeries and cross-hormone treatments. He even worked tirelessly to try to overturn paragraph 175, which criminalized homosexuality in Germany. That law would be later strengthened and altered by the Nazis in order to persecute, jail, and kill trans and gay people in Germany. He was not successful in overturning it. However, he was successful in getting passes for transgender people to express their gender in public. Berlin was the queer center of the world. He had already been attacked in 1920 by the unorganized groups that eventually would form the Nazis. He showed up multiple times in their propagandist newspapers. May 6, 1933, the Institute of Sexology was sacked. 20,000 books worth of research burned. Hirschfeld fled to Paris to continue his work with his partner and his protege. 2 years later, he had a sudden heart attack, and 3 years after that, his partner killed himself. I wonder what could have led to that. There is no comparison to make between Nazis and trans people other than murderer and victim. However, people like you are continuing the work of those monsters. And of that, I would say,
It is absolutely sickening.